Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
I was the kid that brought everything home from school, and it followed me home, and I was a dog groomer, and I always had rescue animals for adoption at my grooming shop, and I always wanted to open an animal shelter to be able to do it on a bigger level. In 2000, we opened Save a Pet Animal Rescue in Port Jefferson, and we've since helped about 8,000 dogs and cats. My daughter came home about 20 minutes after Gary and I had left and said that the house was on fire. By the time I got home, 10 minutes later, the whole house was engulfed in smoke pouring out of it, and the whole back of the house was blazing. In 2 hours, the house was gone. I had my 7 dogs and my 1 cat and 3 foster babies that I was bottle feeding were in the house, and they all died in the fire. I would not leave the property because I had my horses, and I have rabbits and chickens, and I still had 8 cats. So we had a trailer brought up to the property. So we lived in that for a year. My husband and I and 4 kids. So that was a little cramped. We could have rented a house somewhere, you know, but I wouldn't leave the property. It was really traumatizing for all of them, the horses, the cats, and I didn't want to abandon them and have to just come back, twice a day to feed them and take care of them. I would have been a basket case. It was incredible. I got like 2,000 cards just because they know what an animal lover I am, and fellow animal lovers have a special kinship, and they knew the heartache, you know, from me losing my animals. So it's like you just kind of have a connection with other animal lovers and everybody else, all my neighbors and everybody in the community. We've been here for 25 years, and I never realized how many lives I've touched and how many people touched my life. It's a new beginning. We rebuilt the house, and I have 3 new dogs now. I have Dante, Bocce, and Tootsie. Well, that's Bocce, one of my new Italian Mastiffs. He's a year old. I took him because he's epileptic. If you haven't seen an animal have a seizure, it's a pretty scary thing. They lose control, they foam at the mouth, they shake, and it's scary. It's scary. But when he's having a seizure, I just sit with him, I pet him until he comes out of it, and it usually lasts about 5 minutes. But otherwise, he's just a happy-go-lucky dog. This is Two Bits. He's my 42-year-old pony. Somebody abandoned him on the side of the road. A friend of mine went by and saw him, and she asked me if I would adopt him. Moshi's owners moved to Florida, and he came to live with us, him and his brother Coco. This is Simba. He's a 15-year-old cat that I rescued as a kitten. He was a feral cat, he was wild. He was a spit-hissing, nasty little kitten. I had scratches all over me, but I was determined to make him a cozy little house cat, and that's exactly what he is now. Right, Simba? Yeah, he likes his new chair. This is Baby. We also call her Baby. I bottle fed her when she was a newborn. And her and her brother both had pneumonia and herpes virus in their eyes, which caused her to be blind. So I've had her about 7 years now, but she gets around just fine. We never found Roxy, Gretel, or Heidi. It was like my own little 9/11 here. It was horrible. We had them all cremated. And I have all their ashes here. And the ones that we didn't find, I have pictures of. You know, I have a couple of pictures of my dachshunds at work, and that's it. Because all our photographs, everything was destroyed in the fire. All my Bettys. Spontaneous pet purchasing is not a good idea, but I do recommend going and getting a rescue dog or cat from any shelter, whether it's mine or any other shelter. Do your research. Make sure you're going to have enough time for the animal, enough money to care for the animal, and get a trainer to help you with a dog, because it's so important to train your dog correctly. It'll become a loyal companion and family member. We get a lot of dogs at 8 months old that have no training. 8 months is like the peak time people give up their dogs, because they're unruly now. They're not little tiny puppies anymore. and they just want to say, forget it, I can't deal with this.